WDW Radio, your information station.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to WDW Radio Live and the WDW Newscast. I am Lou Mangello from WDW Radio, coming to you live from Disney's Hollywood Studios here at Walt Disney World. I want to thank all of you who are joining us tonight in the box, all of you who are joining us sort of studio audience-ish, sitting outside the ABC commissary. You see the sorcerer hat right behind us. Really excited for tonight's show. So happy that so many of you decided to come out, brave the elements, and come out and join us tonight. Let's get into this week's Walt Disney World news, and then we'll sort of talk a little bit more about some upcoming events coming to the studios and elsewhere around the country as well. First things first, let's talk about Cars. And if you are a Cars fan, little boys and guys like you are going to love this. Starting June 2nd and 3rd, Downtown Disney is going to host its second annual Car Masters Weekend. You're going to have a chance to meet Lightning McQueen, Mater, and Finn McMissile. There's also going to be more than 100 classic cars on display right in Downtown Disney. You can also catch the original cars over at the AMC Pleasure Island 24. You can go over to Ride Makers and make your own Cars 2. I'm more of a Francesco Bernoulli kind of guy. You could make your own Ride Makers remote control card. New this year, special guest, Chip Foose from Overhaul. You ever see Chip Foose? Just pretend that you have.
Absolutely.
I know who Chip Foose is. I watch Overhaul, and this will be a Lego interactive zone, Cars-themed topiaries right from Epcot, a DJ, food trucks. Now that's my reason to go down. Now you're speaking my language, Disney. And a special appearance by Jay Ward. He's sort of the Cars guardian from Pixar. Pixar is the studio that, never mind. Anyway, all right, boys have their cars, girls, you have your princesses. Pay attention. Princess Merida from Brave and her 3 bear cub friends, if you've seen the trailers for Brave, you know what we're talking about, began meeting guests earlier this week over at the Storytale Garden in the Magic Kingdom, former location of Belle's Fairy Tale Garden, just sort of in the shadows of Cinderella Castle. I have not had a chance to see this yet. Rumor has it there's actually some audio animatronic bear cubs in there as well too. So excited to go over and check that out too. Very interesting. I was sad to see Belle leave. I was sad to see Rapunzel leave. That was a beautiful show with the lanterns and a great sort of meet and greet element going on there. If you've seen it, if you've had a chance to see it, please send us your review or photos. You can email me at lou@wdwradio.com. Speaking of princesses, shed a silent tear because it's time to take one last ride on Snow White's scary adventures. Because time's running out. Just about 2 weeks left. It's closing for good on May 31st. As you know, it's going to close to make way for the Princess Meet and Greet as part of the expansion of Fantasyland. Maybe we'll head over that day. Maybe we'll head over on May 31st and take one more final group ride. Say goodbye to Snow White and that oh so scary. When that witch turns around, man, that scares that scares kids and guys like me. Speaking of Snow White and the Fantasyland expansion, we're here over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We actually had a chance to go over today, actually opened in One Man's Dream. The full scale model of the new Fantasyland has opened in the back of One Man's Dream, which I think is an attraction you need to see. Every time you come down, you need to go and see it now. I don't know if you had a chance to get in there.
You have, and it's beautiful. That thing is huge.
It's huge, and
it's so much detail.
There's a lot more detail because we went out to the Adventures by Disney this past summer, saw the model over at Imagineering. Seeing it here, it seems like there's a lot more detail. Some of the things I picked up from it, and I'll post some photos in the show notes for this week's episode, is how lush and green and dense the forest area is going to be. Imagineering really talked about over the past few weeks how there's going to be a lot of green spaces, places for mom and dad or the kids to go and play, sit under a bench and relax. You're going to feel as though when you cross through that threshold outside the castle keep that you really are in this sort of forest environment. Again, too, getting a better sense of the scale and the size and the location of some of the water elements. I've talked about this.
The waterfalls.
That's one of the things I'm really, believe it or not, it's actually not the Be Our Guest restaurant, although I'm very excited for that. I'm excited for the water features. There's going to be 5 waterfalls, a flowing river. I like that because it's going to add a kinetic element. It's going to add an audio and visual element to it, and it's really going to help sort of sell the idea, again, that you were in that forest. What I also noticed was the detail in the Seven Dwarfs minecart ride. That obviously is sort of the big e-ticket attraction, not opening until 2014, but we saw some details in there as far as the track coming in and out of the mine, which I like. And what I also noticed too is it appeared to go underground level. So it's going to sort of go up, and the mountain is huge. So when you walk into the fairy tale forest, you're not going to necessarily be able to see Prince Eric's castle behind it, because you're going to have to sort of go around and you're going to get a reveal, sort of like a Cinderella castle type reveal as you go around the Seven Dwarfs minecart.
How they're able to fit that giant attraction in such a what seems like a small space, and you'll be able to walk completely around.
Yeah,
it, so.
and it's not a small space. I mean, if you think about it, Fantasyland has really been sort of a straight shot. It's been a midway, and now it expands it not just horizontally but vertically.
Yeah.
Think about the fireworks that are shot off behind Fantasyland.
Yeah.
How you're going to have so many new places to possibly watch the fireworks from, with the waterfalls, a little nosh from the Be Our Guest restaurant or Gaston's Tavern. You got to always bring it back to the food. Very excited for that. Please make sure you come by. We'll have to shoot a video for those of you who can't make it down, but you got to check out the new Fantasyland model and some great concept art, which we haven't seen before as well too, on the walls over at One Man's Dream. Okay, fans of Phineas and Ferb, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to play and interact with and draw and win this summer.
Me?
Not you, but them. If you're a Phineas and Ferb fans. All right, so you certainly know that the Agent P game is coming to World Showcase.
Sure.
What you may not also know is that you're also going to be able to draw Phineas and Ferb and Agent P over at the Animation Academy right here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The artists are going to teach you how to draw more than 20 characters. There's always a different character each time, so you don't know who you might get. So Phineas and Ferb and Agent P are going to join Mickey and Goofy and Pluto and Stitch. I've drawn the worst Buzz Lightyear ever in there. And what's great is that the attraction artists actually had a chance to work with the series creator. Swampy Marsh was here, Dan Povenmire were here during the Summer to Remember, and they actually learned from them to get those characters spot on and help us learn. And trust me, I break my crayons every night because I have no artistic ability whatsoever. That is going to start very soon. If it hasn't started already, we're gonna have to go in and sort of try our hand.
Always a fun little.
It's always a lot of fun, especially comparing the artwork.
Yeah.
You would think that I was wearing a blindfold sometimes when I was doing this. You can also win if you are a Phineas and Ferb fan as well, because there's also a Phineas and Ferb Summer to Remember sweepstakes. 26 winners, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of us technically, in theory, could win. 26 winners plus 3 guests, so it's 104 people, because how many days are there in summer?
104.
Does anybody, who watches Phineas and Ferb?
It's in the title of the song.
I know it is. You're going to win a Walt Disney World vacation from August 23rd to the 28th, and you can find out more information and official rules at the Phineas and Ferb Summer to Remember sweepstakes website. Again, I'll put that link right in the notes. And you, of course, obviously can play with Phineas and Ferb. Kim Possible is about to close this Friday, May 18th. The World Showcase Adventure is going to close down. And there's actually been some new renderings that the Disney Parks blog put out today for what this adventure is going to be. So starting late June, Disney's Phineas and Ferb Agent P's World Showcase Adventure is going to begin. Obviously, Agent P is that alter ego of Perry the Platypus, and you're going to help Agent P thwart, and I don't get a chance to say the word thwart very often, some of Dr. Doofenshmirtz's most daring plots. You're going to use a high-tech detection device called a phone, an F-O-N-E, field operative notification equipment, to get clues for each of the different cases. Again, those are going to take you through 7 of the World Showcase countries in Epcot: Mexico, France, Germany, Norway, Japan, China, and the UK. Throughout each country, you're going to be given clues, evilinators, and help Agent P, hopefully, defeat the evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Again, that is going to start in late June. But if you want one more shot to hit Kim Possible's World Showcase Adventure, that is going to close on May 18th. So we've talked about this in the past. A lot of stuff to get excited for this summer and coming up this fall. Are you big Phineas and Ferb fans? Like, do you like this level of interactivity and sort of bringing the shows to life inside the theme park? Lou, not me, this Lou is saying yes, definitely. So you are not
Gonna miss the Kim Possible game.
Gonna miss Kim Possible, but I think it becomes a lot more relevant for people who are sort of who haven't seen Kim Possible but are really sort of more of the Phineas and Ferb fans.
And I'm looking forward to some new features too.
New features, yeah, and I think what's going to happen is, I have a feeling it's not going to be that same sort of flip phone type of experience. It's going to be, hopefully, something more like this. And you wonder at one point when we might be able to start playing some of these games on your own devices as well.
That'd be real cool.
So the thing I want to finish off with is some of the other events that are coming up, and obviously part of the reason why we're here in Disney's Hollywood Studios is we're on a reconnaissance mission, because this weekend is the kickoff. I've been talking about this way too much online and on Twitter because I'm a geek at heart, and I'm totally stoked for Star Wars weekends and Ashley Eckstein.
excited?
I'm super excited.
Wait, did you say Ashley Eckstein?
I said Ashley Eckstein. Between seeing the Avengers this week and Star Wars weekend this week, my geek meter is totally through the roof. This weekend kicks off Star Wars weekend. Darth Maul's going to be here. Ray Park is going to be here. A lot of other voice talents from the Clone Wars as well. We actually have our meet of the month is going to be this weekend as well too. It's going to be Saturday, May 19th from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. I'm even more excited to kick off the morning. I'm getting frozen in carbonite. I mean, not really frozen. Finally, somebody's going to shut me up and freeze me in carbonite. I'm going to do the Carbon Freeze Me experience over in the Sounds Dangerous post-show area. So if you're here early and want to come by and watch me sort of do my best Han Solo, I'll be doing that. The meet is from 11:30 to 1:30. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be. They say it's going to be like an 8-inch frozen in carbonite thing. We'll see if I actually am far enough in to get. If you guys move, don't worry. It's raining again here. We're also going to hang out throughout the day. We're going to do some of the other events. We're going to do some shopping as well. I'm going to broadcast it live for you guys, so definitely stay tuned to Twitter. I'm at Lou Mongello or Facebook.com/Lou Mongello for exactly when the broadcasts are going to go on. Going to try and start in the morning, broadcast the meet as well too. Certainly, you got to stay or come back. You guys need to extend your vacation, friends from the UK, for the Hyperspace Hoopla.
Love that.
Again, it's going to be on the main stage, right in front of the hat. Hopefully, the weather's going to hold out for this weekend.
Yeah, getting all the rain out of the way.
Yeah.
So that for the weekend, it'll be great.
They're already starting to put up some of the decorations, some of the banners, getting ready for Star Tours. So I dig it. It's going to be a lot of fun. After this week's Meet of the Month, I'm also going to be in New York City. June 5th through the 7th. I'm going to be speaking at the Blog World and New Media Expo and a couple of sessions there. I'm going to stay for a couple of extra days because we're going to meet in New York City as well too. So if you're up in the tri-state area, that's sort of the northeast area, the tri-state area, you want to come Saturday, June 9th. It's going to be a very casual kind of meetup. We're going to start off over in Bryant Park, make our way over to the Disney store. We'll probably eat while we're at Bryant Park as well too. You can find information about all these events over at the events page over at WDWRadio.com, as well as the first annual, or I guess it's really the inaugural, WDW Radio e-ticket event, an evening at the American Adventurers Club. We talked a lot about that this weekend. If you were a fan of the Adventurers Club, if you missed the Adventurers Club, or if you never saw the Adventurers Club, you're way too young. It's going to be an awesome, amazing event. We have the entire rotunda at the American Adventure Pavilion. A lot of fun, a lot of surprises in there as well too. Probably more surprises for me than I actually know about too, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, you can find information over at the events page, and thanks again to Mouse Fan Travel for sponsoring the event, helping to make that happen. I want to leave you guys with a question of the week. So what is the question of the week? Let's see, should we make it Phineas and Ferb related, Star Wars related? Star Wars related. Yeah. All right, it's a simple question. Who puts Star Wars weekend, sort of, whose circles are on the calendar? Whose radar is it on? Do you come and do you make a special trip down for Star Wars weekends?
Yeah. All four of them.
And if so, well, your obsession with Ashley Eckstein has nothing to do with Star Wars. But do you come down specifically on certain weekends for certain guests, or is it just you want to be part of the experience? And are you going to come in costume? I may be in costume. If you come to the meet in costume.
You have an Ewok costume.
I do have an Ewok costume. I can't wear it because it covers my face. It's a good excuse not to wear it. If you come in costume, I got some giveaways for you guys as well too. Maybe even a prize for the best costume. One boy, one girl. We'll give away a little prize as well too. So lots of fun events coming up. Lots of stuff I haven't even announced yet as well too. That's why I look as tired as I do. A lot of plans, working, scheming behind the scenes at the WDW Radio home base, which is my house. But anyway, I want to thank all of you guys for joining us here at the Hollywood Studios, for braving the rain. You guys are actually sitting in the rain. You guys are hardcore. You're covering your beer, but you're sitting out in the rain, so I love that. Again, as always, thanks to all you guys in the box. Make sure you join us this Saturday, May 19th, for the kickoff of Star Wars weekends, starting probably 8, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Stay tuned to Twitter. I'll tweet out when we start doing that. What am I forgetting? Visit the website, www.radio.com. Check out the blog, check out the forums, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of stuff is there. Thank you guys for joining us. So until next week, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, join us at WDW Radio Live. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but that's okay. It's starting to rain again.
Bring it up next week.
I'll see you guys on Saturday or next Wednesday. Thank you guys for joining us. Good night.